Thinksoft Global Services has been in news as well for a variety of reasons, of course, but more importantly that SOS open offer for Thinksoft stake sale at around 148 crores. Remember, it shot up midway when the announcement came in as well some time back. AV Asvini Kumar, the CMD of Thinksoft Global Services, and Diederik was the CEO of SQS Software Systems AG, join us on the show right now to speak about how would Thinksoft go ahead over the course of the next 12 months. Good having you, gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining in. Asvini, first to you. Tell us about the structure of the transaction between Thinksoft and SQS and how does it benefit minority shareholders?
Yeah, the structure of the transaction is as follows. SQS is an independent testing company which is $300 million in revenues, listed on the AIM exchange in London, and they have a large clientele all over the world and leaders in testing. And Thinksoft is a testing company specialized in financial services. So we have decided to come together in this transaction where the promoters of Thinksoft are going to sell 26% of their stake initially to SQS, and this will be followed by an open offer by SQS for 30% offered to the public shareholders of Thinksoft. And in the event there is a shortfall in the public offer, the promoters have agreed to make good the shortfall to the extent of shares which they have. And this benefits both companies because it's the same business model, and it extends our geographies, extends our customers. And as far as the minority shareholders are concerned, I think it's 68% premium to the stock price on November 6th. And it's a fair valuation for them.
Diederik, the open offer price by SQS of 260 was at a 68% premium to Thinksoft's closing price on November 6th. Can you give us a sense of the valuation and how it was worked out?
Yeah, so the fair market evaluation that we put on offer is, we believe, a fair multiple of around just under 10. If you look at the net profit of the company, which is a common practice within the industry. So we think this is an absolute fair offer reflecting the industry.
Asvini, just come back to you. What are the synergies that you see with SQS with regards to the business model, client base, scalability?
Sure. Actually, as far as the business model is concerned, we are both in the same business of independent testing. We provide this to customers all over the world. Fortunately for this deal, I think most geographies and are sort of, they are in geographies where we are not, and we are in geographies where they are not. So I think both of us are going to benefit from this in terms of new markets. And also, fortunately, the client bases are also by and large mutually exclusive. So this is also going to benefit both sides in terms of a sheer addition of cross-selling opportunities. And there is a huge demand for independent software testing, both in the financial services market and in other vertical markets. So definitely this deal is going to give us synergy and a boost to the growth. And we foresee, our ability also to, engage in higher bids increases because of the combined size, expertise, and customer base of both organizations.
Asvini, will existing promoters continue to be considered as co-promoters, because post 26% stake sale and subject to successful completion of 30% open offer, the total promoter holding will cross 83%, whereas SEBI's norms prescribe for max promoter holding of up to 75%. So how will you address that issue?
Yeah, so at the end of the open offer, the incoming party will have a 51% stake in the company. And as soon as that happens, we will initiate the depromoterization proceedings as per the due process.
Diederik, tell us about your revenue mix across key verticals and how is Thinksoft going to play a crucial role in your next leg of your growth?
So SQS is the world's largest independent software testing company. And in our 5-year strategy that we put forward, we said we wanted to focus on 6 main verticals. Today, if you look at our financial services vertical, the BFSI, banking, financial service and insurance, is very close to 50% of our revenues. In the growth we have set forward as a company to grow to 500 million by the end of 2017, we clearly saw that, especially in BFSI, that not only from a geographical, but also from a knowledge and from an offshoring perspective, we had some gaps. If we wanted to fill these gaps on our own, it would have taken us at least 3 to 4 years from an offshore perspective to grow the amount of people required to serve our markets, to, from a geographical perspective, to open new markets and the cost involved, but also on the knowledge. We clearly saw that on certain aspects of BFSI, we had certain lack of knowledge, for example, the card services that Thinksoft is bringing. The other benefits we all of a sudden have with Thinksoft is that not only we can grow our offshore perspective, we can grow our geographies and our client base, but we can also bring the offerings that Thinksoft has to our existing client base in other verticals. So there is definitely a cross-vertical benefit here. For example, if you look at retail, we are about 70% of our revenues comes out of retail. And as you might know, especially in Europe, in the US, a lot of retail companies have their own card services. And getting this cross-pollination of the knowledge within Thinksoft, especially in retail, could be of huge benefit for further growth.
Right, Asvini, this deal with SQS will significantly improve your earnings and growth prospects. So can you share with us the revenue and margin outlook over the next couple of years?
No, actually, I would put it in a different way. We are already into November of this year, and by the time we are through with all this, it will be end of January. So most of this financial year, that is 13-14, will proceed the way it has been proceeding, and we have declared a half-yearly results for that. And the real benefits and the true synergies and the extra growth is going to come only in the year 14-15, for which when we come together, we will sort of, talk about it publicly.
Fair call. We'll leave it for that time. Thanks a lot for joining in today and giving us that perspective. Thinksoft just starting to move up a little bit after both the gentlemen speaking about what's the plan going ahead. However, it's 10:55, so let's take stock of some trading ideas. First, start off with Asvini Gujral and his option strategies. Asvini, thanks for joining in. I must say, Asvini,